Last video for chapter 4. Hemming company is a problem we're going to look at. Now they've given us to begin an inventory to purchase. There's 3 purchases. I've highlighted them in yellow. And the total units available for sale are 1,100. It's the total of all these. 200 plus 350 plus 400. 450 plus 100. Add what? Make sure it adds up to be 1,100. And then here's your sales. 150, 300, 430. These add up to be 880. Now the company or the problem doesn't have to give us the 2,000, 5,250, 9,000, 2,500 and a total of 18,750. They don't have to do that at all. Okay. As a matter of fact, I would be surprised if many problems that you could come in encountered would do that. Right there. So I still believe that the best way to work a problem like this is to use co-gas less ending inventory will give you cost of goods sold. I still believe that's the best way, and that's the way we're going to work it. So we have 18,750. We need to think about what ending inventory will be. Well, they give us the sales were 880. Units available to sell were 1,100 all throughout the period, and throughout the period they sold 880. Well, 880 minus 1,100 gives you the number of units in ending inventory, and we need that number. We need that number, 220, the number of units in ending inventory, to calculate what will be in inventory. So let's do Fifo first, and then I'll show you the solutions. I actually probably printed it, or you could be looking at it on another screen, or however you want. You can probably pause the video and look at the solutions, but I'm going to work it out, and then we're going to look at the solutions I provided. So Fifo, we know that according to Fifo that beginning inventory units were sold well before ending. So for Fifo, we always start at the end, the most recent purchase, which is October 26, not January 1, 10. All right, so that means we have 100 units at $25 a unit for a total of 2,500. But keep in mind, this needs to add up to be 220. So this is all of that layer, and it's gone. Well, as far as what we're done with that layer. The next layer is made up of 450 units. Now, to get 220, we only need another 120. That adds up to be 220. There's way more than 120 units in this layer. So, in that case, we'll just use up the 120 of that, and there'll be some, we'll just assume the rest were sold. So 120 of this July 30th was not sold. Everything else was. So 120 times $20 equals 2,400. I just did it in my head. Yep, 2,400, 4,900. That is ending inventory. So subtract out 4,900 from cost of goods available for sale. And the cost of goods sold would be 13,850. All right, let's see how I did. Let's see how the solutions look. Yep, we did good. Cost of goods available for sale, 18,750. We'll use that for the rest of the problems. Fifo is 4,900 is what we got for ending inventory right there. And then we calculated this for cost of goods sold. Bam. All right, so, well, let's just do, we'll do Lifo. Let me clean up my mess. I'm using the eraser function. I probably should have just hit escape, gone out, and just started deleting marks just like it was typed in, but I'm committed now. All right, so we're going to do Lifo. In the Lifo, we assume that this unit was sold first, and then this one working its way back. So to calculate what's in ending inventory, we start here. we know that we have 220 units in ending inventory. So if we use this as our first layer for ending inventory, it'll be 200 times 10 equals 2,000. So we need 10 more units, no, 20 more units. So it'll add up. 20 plus 200 is 220. So we need 20 of these at $15 each. Okay, so 20 at 15, 300, or 2,300. All right, just like last time, we get to start with the cost of goods available for sale, which is $18,750. It was given to us, but we could have calculated it. You know, if none of these numbers were given, we could have still calculated it, right? We would have just did the 2,000, the 5,000 something, 9,000 something, did it all ourselves and added it up and got an 18,750. No biggie, just a little extra work, right? Ending inventory, we just calculated 2,300. We subtract that out, we get cost of goods sold, and cost of goods sold is 16,450. All right, let's see how we did. Like I've done this before. All right, still a good feeling after all these years when you work it and you got the right answer. Now, I don't know. This is, let me just make a point. That's not how I do it. I just showed you how I do it, okay? But that was a little overdone on blacking it out like that. It looks like a government document when you request FOIA and they remove or block out certain confidential information. But if you like doing that, I'd go for it. You know, it's not something I do. I like the way I do it. You know, years ago I got a system, I liked it, and I kept going. And then as far as gross margin goes, as sale, oh my goodness, I forgot to change it from the obnoxious wide highlighter to a pen. So all it is sales less cost of goods sold. Now make sure you got the right one. If it's FIFO, use FIFO. As LIFO is life, use LIFO because they're different amounts. The cost of goods available for sale is the same for all. Cost of goods sold is different, and so is ending inventory. And then you get gross margin. When it says gross margin, you know, I normally literally do this. If it says gross profit, I do the pi. It doesn't matter. It's best, you know, to always type it out when you're doing something that you're going to share with others formally. But for me, it's okay. I'll take either one if there's ever a time for it. All right, so I think that's good enough for this problem. And then the rest of the problems that you could do going to be the same over and over. Repeat those, and I've given you the answers. They work differently. They give you a different perspective. You might like them, but not to belabor the point, but I'm just going to say it one more time. This is how I'm working it. All right, I think it works that way every single time. And I'm thinking that our books have tried to get so fancy and trying to explain this and do such a good job that is making it something that's not hard, complicated. So I encourage you to use my system. I think it'll get you the answer most of the time. So that's it for chapter 5, third video down, and it's over. So if you have any questions, you email me. I'll be around. Love to help. Thank you.